When we are living through such dark times, I think it is very important that we stop and acknowledge our wins when we get them, even if they're not coming as frequently as we would like them to. But first, if you end up getting anything out of this video, please do remember to hit that subscribe button. I am trying to make it to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and I would very much appreciate your support. Now, I know we are living in a world where bad faith actors are allowed to spread conspiracy after conspiracy after conspiracy, and oftentimes they aren't even held accountable for all of the damage that they do. That's why when I saw that Alex Jones was finally being held accountable for all of the pain and suffering that he caused the Sandy Hook victims, I was quite joyful, not gonna lie. So let's go ahead and take a look at what happened, and then we will discuss.
This just in, The Onion, a satire publication, has bought the right-wing conspiracy theorist Alex Jones' platform, InfoWars, at a bankruptcy auction. The bid was backed by families of Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting victims who are owed more than $1 billion from Jones following a defamation judgment after Jones called the 2012 mass shooting a hoax. The Onion has acquired the platform's website, social media, trademarks, and archives, and says its exclusive launch advertiser will be Everytown for Gun Safety, a gun violence prevention organization. Jones confirmed the acquisition and says he plans to fight it.
It is sweet, sweet justice, people. The really cool thing about this deal is that the parents that were defamed by Alex Jones and who were owed more than $1 billion by Alex Jones were able to leverage what Alex Jones owed them so the Onion could make this deal. How cool is that? The people who were defamed by Alex Jones were involved in the purchase of not only InfoWars.com, but they got his studio, all of his equipment, and I think all of his video archives as well. And they signed an exclusivity deal with a gun prevention organization to do advertising on the new InfoWars, which I think is so awesome, because it's not very often that we see people like Alex Jones being held accountable for all of the crap that they add to our society. And for those of you that don't remember, Alex Jones spread conspiracy theories after children and teachers were killed at the Sandy Hook Elementary School. For those of you that need a little reminder, let's go ahead and take a look.
After the 2012 Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting in Newtown, Connecticut, resulting in the deaths of 20 children and 7 adults, conspiracy theorist Alex Jones immediately started casting doubt on the authenticity of the mass murder.
The general public doesn't know the school was actually closed the year before. They don't know they've shielded all, demolished the building. They don't know that they had the kids going in circles in and out of the building as a photo op, blue screen, green screens. But it took me about a year with Sandy Hook to come to grips with the fact that the whole thing was fake. I mean, even I couldn't believe it. I knew they jumped on it, used the crisis, hyped it up, but then I did deep research, and my gosh, it just pretty much didn't happen.
Yeah, so he's a real human scumbag. He was spreading conspiracy theories that the Sandy Hook school shooting was faked or somehow a false flag carried out by the government to come take your guns. And this got so bad for the families of the Sandy Hook victims that they started getting harassment in real life. And Alex Jones and his network were publishing where these people lived. So he had InfoWars supporters showing up at these people's houses and harassing them. And I know there's a whole bunch of MAGA lunatics out there that are going to say, oh, well, this is just free speech. This is wrong. But you do not have the right to harass these folks. You do not have the right to send your followers to harass these folks. That is not what the free speech rights are set up to do. If you have free speech, you also have accountability for that free speech. And that is something that we are finally seeing here. And it seems to be one of the only mechanisms that we have been able to use to fight back against this conspiracy world or this disinformation and misinformation campaigns. And for those of you that are feeling sorry for Alex Jones because, you know, he owes more than 1.5 billion or more than, about $1.5 billion. Let's just remember that during the deposition of this case, he was showing no understanding of the damage that he had caused.
You will admit, I mean, you've done mocking imitations of Sandy Hook parents crying, correct?
No.
I want to play you a video clip, too, from September 24th, 2014 and November 11th, 2016. Will you play the video clip called Crying?
And then you've got parents laughing, going, and then they walk over to the camera and go, and not just one, but a bunch of parents doing this. Then we see footage of one of the reported fathers of the victims, Robbie Parker, doing classic acting training where he's laughing and joking, and they say, hey, we're live. And he goes, oh. And maybe that's real. I'm sure it is.
You realize now you were mocking the difficult emotional reactions of people who provably lost their children.
No, I was not mocking. I was showing what people were questioning. It was not to mock the parents. It was showing why people were questioning. It's you that is projecting mocking onto it. I was showing what he did.
Absolutely despicable. He is mocking parents who have just lost their children in a school shooting. I mean, could you be any more grotesque? It is people like this that have to be held accountable for this wrongdoing. It is not okay for you to just go spread conspiracy theories that are actually impacting people's lives like this. I think one of Alex Jones's supporters shot a firearm outside of one of these victims' houses. So there is I feel no sympathy for Alex Jones. And I am glad that he is being held accountable for the shit that he has brought upon these families. And I think still to this day, he doesn't even admit that this wasn't a staged event. I mean, here he is in court spinning up more conspiracies.
You have families in this courtroom here that lost children, sisters, wives, moms.
Is this a struggle session? Are we in China? I've already said I'm sorry hundreds of times, and I'm done saying I'm sorry. I didn't generate this. I wasn't the first person to say it. American gun owners didn't like being blamed for this, as the left did, so we rejected it mentally and said it must not be true. But I legitimately thought it might have been staged, and I stand by that, and I don't apologize for it.
So he may have apologized to the Sandy Hook families, but how are they supposed to take that seriously if he's saying, oh, well, I still stand by it, I still believe it? Alex Jones is a pathetic, pathetic man. And I think it is about time that he got his comeuppance. And I hope they take him for all he's worth, because it is not okay for people to do this. And we should bask in this win for the Sandy Hook families. And, I mean, we could even laugh at Alex Jones, because now he's freaking out that it was the Onion that purchased his site.
The Connecticut Democrats with the Onion newspaper bought us. They asked, did they outbid? They said, well, it was competitive. So they changed all the bidding rules, made it secret 2 days ago. I had a bad feeling. I told you that. And just like they tried to shut us down back in late May without a court order, they're supposed to have a court order. There's going to be injunctions filed. I'm about to go live out of Harrison's American Journal studio. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to be here until they come in here and turn the lights off.
So even when he's at the end of the road, the court and the jury have found that he has defamed these families. He's still spinning up more conspiracy theories at the end of the day about how his company was sold off. Now, do I think Alex Jones is going to go away? Obviously not. But I think it is a win for these Sandy Hook families that were able to leverage what Alex Jones owed them to buy the InfoWars site and all of its assets. I think that is a win for them and for the American people. And I know Alex Jones is still going to be around, and he's still going to be out there pushing his crazy conspiracy theories, but at least they took away his biggest megaphone that he worked for years to establish. And I'm all here for it. I want to see more of this. I want to see more people being held accountable for the absolute chaos and destruction that they are causing in my country. But I'll leave it there. If you guys got anything out of this video, please do remember to hit that like button and subscribe. Maybe share it with a friend or two. I'd very much appreciate that. Like I said, I am trying to make it to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and I would very much appreciate your support. If you want to see the insanity that is mass deportations Donald Trump's plan to carry out, go ahead and watch that video on the screen now. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on the next one.